we have to be really quiet.
So should I unmute it now?
Well, is he asking you a question? Go ahead and unmute it. Yeah, go ahead and unmute it. So right now, my daughter is taking a beginning American history class, which is great for us. Do I know all the answers? Well, I'm sure her class is pretty easy. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I know all the answers.
All right, guys, welcome to your AP US History class.
What?
I thought before we go over our homework assignments, we'd do a couple lessons first on the Revolutionary War.
Look, school's a lot harder than when I grew up. Hi, I'm David McDivitt, a full-time single dad. Children's education is crucial, and as parents, we want to create the best environment for our kids to learn. This is the Single Dad's Guide to Homework. We want our children to be able to learn when they're in the classroom, when they're at school, but also when they're at home and they're doing their homework. I'd like to be able to help my children tune out all of the other distractions so that when they're sitting at the table to do their homework, or maybe they're doing some online work with their class, they are focused, they are inspired. What I like to do is surround them with objects, things that make them think of learning, things that we all look at and say, oh, that's an educational thing, like busts of famous people, or great literature.
Listen real quick before our questions about another patriot.
Yes, that they can.
The other thing that I do, and especially when my children are engaging in some kind of online learning situation, is to make sure that I create a place for them that is distraction-free. One of the things that I bought is a backdrop so that I can put behind my son or my daughter when they're on a video call with their teachers and their classmates. I want my children to feel like they're in a great environment where they can focus on learning and that there's no distraction behind them either. So much of what I'm doing to create a distraction-free environment is to help the other children in the class.
Okay, I'm okay. Just go, please.
By Mel Gibson.
Also, I've got some lights. I bought some studio lights. They're the kind of things that you would use if you were in a television production. And I'll set them up sometime just to make sure the lighting on my kids is right, because I want to make sure that they're presenting themselves in the best light possible when they're on a class. If there are siblings, make sure they're separated, and make sure as a parent, you're not a distraction either.
All right, guys, so let's dive into our assignment questions. So our first question, which founding father's child was a British loyalist and moved to England instead of joining the American cause?
I know that answer.
Luke, honey, no, obviously not. Honey, she's in class, okay?
The Revolutionary War.
Oh, uh-oh.
Luke.
Okay, so you logged her out, honey.
We lost you there for a second, Nikki.
Yeah.
Welcome back. I don't know.
Sorry about that. That was, don't worry, Mr. B, don't worry about that. That was Luke. He came over. He's not gonna do it again. We're good.
That's,
No, honey, no.
So the question was, do you know the last U.S. capital before it was Washington, D.C.?
Look, I've got experience. A lot of these questions, I have the answers.
Anybody know?
Philadelphia, Nikki. So I do want to try to be available every chance I can in order to support my kids if there's a question they don't have the answer for. Raise your hand, honey. Raise it, honey.
Philadelphia.
Incorrect.
We are building tomorrow's leaders. We want to set our children up to be the best versions of themselves, to be able to identify what it is that's important for them, and to have the tools and the techniques so that they can apply themselves and that they can realize their dreams.
So with that,
Okay.
class is over, all right, guys?
What? No. We're good. We're good. She's in the frame now. We've got her in the frame.
Tonight's assignment, we're going to be reading chapter 7 through 17. And lastly, make sure to know the answer to the question, which founding father's child was a British loyalist and moved to England instead of joining the American cause?
Bye, Mr. B. Here, this is the answer.
Benjamin Franklin? How did you know that, Luke?
Grandpa Mike must have told him at the 4th of July.
Huh. This is what I do to help my kids learn, but I'd love to hear what you do. Please give me your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, please like us on Facebook or follow us on YouTube. Thanks.